Hello, everyone. It's Saturday. That means it's Chat with Mac. We're glad to have everyone with us today. For those of you that have been watching our videos, we really appreciate your feedback. Please spread the word. We have some great information that we feel people will benefit from, and we would love to see more people take a look at what we do. And for those of you that are new to what we do, welcome, welcome, welcome.
So one of our goals is going forward, we're going to try to make shorter videos. Our videos get pretty long, so let's try to make them short.
We're gonna try to make it short, definitely. We get in a little groove and we start talking, but you're right. All right, so let's talk about something that I have a personal issue with. My emails. My goodness, I got a ton of them, and I've been really trying to do a better job of organizing them, and putting priority to different emails and all this other stuff. And I'm figuring out I don't know Outlook as much as I thought I did. And so maybe I was hoping maybe you can give some tips on how to help someone like me get that inbox together.
Yeah, definitely. So, if you talk to anybody who, just does business coaching and organization and productivity tips, things like that. So one of the things that we can all agree on is checking your email every time you hear that ding is not productive, right? Like every time you hear the ding email coming in, whether it's on your handheld or your desktop, and you stop what you're doing and you go look at the email and find out, oh, it's spam, and tag it as spam, or oh, it just needs a reply, I'm going to reply right now, and then you go back to what you're doing. That is not very productive. You end up wasting a lot of time. The way to handle emails is, first of all, and this may not work for everybody, but what I do is, first of all, I disable the alerts. So if an email comes in, I don't get a ding, not on my phone, not on my desktop, nowhere. Then I set aside certain times during the day, and these are the only times that I'm going to go back to my email and go through all of them, as opposed to dropping what I'm doing and running, taking care of email, and then coming back. When you stop something that you're working on right now and go check your email, it takes you longer to get back into the groove of what you were doing. And that's where the productivity just sinks. So the idea is set a few, maybe an hour at a certain time, during the day, that all you do is focus on your email and take care of all your emails. Look, email is not supposed to be like a phone call. A phone call, it comes in, you got to drop what you're doing and you got to answer it or let it go to voicemail. Email is not that. If it's urgent, people can text me, they can call me. If it goes to email, I'm going to get to it when I can. So I'm not going to destroy my productivity and just be, an email clerk, so to speak. So that's one thing. The other thing is you need to organize your emails better. Like, you can set up rules and all that. And everybody knows about rules in Outlook, whether it's desktop, whether it's your handheld or Outlook Web Access. So you can use that. But today we're going to talk about a little used feature, which is called snooze. So, if sometimes you get an email and, maybe you placed an order and the order is not going to get delivered until next week. So you don't need to even worry about it until next week. Just snooze it to next week. And what will happen is Outlook will move that email into a separate folder so you don't see it. But when that next week comes, it will move it back into your inbox. So now it'll be top of mind again. So it's kind of like let Outlook do that organization for you. Now, this works in Outlook on your desktop, Outlook on your handhelds, or it worked great on Outlook Web Access as well, which is what I use, by the way, is Outlook Web Access.
Not to cut you off, but I'm really starting to like Outlook Web Access. For the longest time I wasn't using that. I was using the desktop version, and you kept telling me use the Web Access version. Web Access. I don't know why, but it's definitely better. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things is with Web Access, you're going to get access to the features before they spill over into Outlook desktop or mobile app or whatever have you. So when Microsoft is ready to release a feature, first it's going to come out in web access, and then it's going to come into the other properties they have. So let me just show you real quick how the snooze feature works, and I'll just share my screen really fast here. There's some email, nothing confidential here. So like, for example, there's an order here, an order confirmation, and let's say I don't want to deal with this right now. I mean, the orders, I just placed the order, so it's not going to be here till next week. So up here at the top in the toolbar, you see something called snooze. If I click on that, I have a few options here, right? So there are some predetermined times in there that Outlook comes with. And then you can also put a custom date. So in this case, it's an order that's not going to get delivered until next week. I don't even need to worry about it till next week. So I'm just going to say, I'm going to click on next week. Now, as soon as I clicked on next week, that email disappeared, right? So you're like, what happened to my email? Well, not to worry. So down here on the left-hand side, you see a folder called snoozed, and it's showing me there's one email in there. Wow. So what Outlook did is, or Outlook Web Access did, is it moved that one email into snoozed, and that email is snoozed until next week, until 10/31. You can see the date over here in green. So on 10/31, that email is going to move back into my inbox. So because next week is when the order is going to be delivered, so now it'll be back in my inbox, and I can track it. If I don't have it, I can reach out to the vendor, to the shipper, and say, hey, where's my order? So this is a quick way to get the clutter fixed in your Outlook. Now, this is not a permanent solution, so don't use it as a permanent solution. But if you have an email that really quick, you want to just get rid of it, you don't want to think about it, just snooze it. It'll come back to you based on your time that you snooze it for. So real handy feature. Now, of course, the question becomes, well, hey, if I accidentally snooze something, I don't want to snooze it, what do I do? Well, no big deal. Just move it into your inbox. So you can drag it and move it into your inbox, or you can simply right-click it, choose Move to your inbox, and it's back in your inbox just like your regular email.
I didn't know any of this existed. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we don't even realize that Microsoft silently releases. And the way I'm used to it is because I will, see things popping up, like something new will pop up, some new icon or menu item will pop up, and if I see it, I'm going to try to see what it does and why is it there. So snooze is one of those things that was pretty important. People asked for it, and some of the other systems have had that already, so that's why it's there. But it works really well.
Nadeem is probably going to have to do a whole series on. I had no clue that this was even a fee, and I'm actually interested to see what other little known features people like me don't know about that Nadeem could touch on, because that's new. And you said, and in the short time that we have, this is something that pops up, because I don't think this is on the actual desktop. This is just on the web.
It is on the desktop as well. So this option is available on desktop, on your handhelds, and in your Outlook Web Access.
Who knew? Damn. Okay. I'm behind.
So that this feature, it exists in all versions of Outlook, which all variants, all platforms. What that tells me is that this feature has been out there for a while. If it was a new feature, it will only be available in Outlook Web Access, but it's been a while, and a lot of times we miss these little things that can really make our life a little easier. And of course, we want to make our life easier, especially when it comes to email. We all get, so much volume of email, right? And if you're, one of those people that kind of drops everything, goes to email, comes back, that's not a very productive way to do things. You are going to end up wasting a lot of time if you do that. So I would say, what I do is set up, 2 or 3 times a day, maybe 30 minutes or an hour, depending on how many emails you get, and then dedicate that time just to handle your emails. That is much more organized, and you can get a lot more done on other projects and tasks that you're working. Of course, another quick tip is to always have some big tasks lined up during the day. I like to have about 5-6 different big tasks, like 1 hour long tasks already pre-scheduled for the day. And that way I can focus on the big tasks that move the needle in my life the most, right? So just another, productivity thing. But I think, go ahead and play with the snooze feature, try it out, see how it works. And we'll start doing a little more these tips and tricks type videos. They're short, but they really make a huge impact in everybody's life. So Mac, until next time, have a great day, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you guys.